story, The Wonderful Day, a rabbit named Roger finds a giant cabbage. He likes cabbage so much that he decides to take it home. Please read aloud pages 2 through 4. Hang on just a second. You ready?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead and start.
Roger Rabbit could not believe his eyes. He stood still in the middle of the road. He started and he stared and he stared and he stared. Then he just had to believe his eyes. That really was a giant cabbage sitting there in the road. I never saw a cabbage like that. Roger told himself, this is the most wonderful day I've ever had. A giant cabbage, all crisp and green, just for me. He began to roll the cabbage home. It was a big cabbage. Roger was a small rabbit. Every once in a while, he had to stop and rest. But at last he rolled the giant cabbage right up to the door of his house. He pushed it, and he pushed, and he pushed. Something's wrong, he thought. This cabbage is too big, or my door is too small. I can't get the cabbage into my house. This isn't such a wonderful day after all. Because Roger could not help himself, he began to cry. Big splashy tears bounced off the cabbage.
All right, stop right there. Okay. Think about the title, the pictures you have seen, and what you have read so far. Tell me 3 things that you think might happen in the rest of the story.
His family might help him. They could add nothing else.
Nothing else?
Yeah.
Okay, now it's time to read and enjoy the story by yourself. When you are done, please come to me and I'll ask you to tell me what happened in this story. Okay, so you finished reading the book by yourself independently. Now I'm going to ask you some questions about it, okay? All right, start at the beginning and tell me what happened in the story.
First he was walking and he saw a very big cabbage. So he said, he couldn't believe his eyes. So he rolled and he rolled it back to his home, but it couldn't fit. So he started crying. So he said, I have to stop crying. I have to think about something good. So he went and he called all the rabbits, small and big. So they all came running and they ate. Everyone ate a piece. So he had a small cabbage and he took it inside his house. So he ate it up. He knew that not again. That was ate the best day ever.
What happened after he found the cabbage in the road and he couldn't believe his eyes?
He rolled it to his house, but it couldn't fit inside his door.
Okay, good. How did the story end?
It ended with his friends eating the cabbage, but him eating a very tiny piece.
Okay, great. Thank you for telling me all of the parts from the beginning, middle, and end. Good work. What do you think the author is trying to tell you in this story?
Tell you that don't always cry. Just think.
What do you think was the most important thing that happened in this story?
say that he found a big cabbage.
He what?
He found a big cabbage. It was like a giant cabbage.
Why do you think that was important?
Because nothing else in the story was important. Because if rabbits came to his house, that's not important. If they ate a cabbage with him, that's not important. If he ate a little piece of cabbage, that's not important.
Why do you think that he found the cabbage was important?
Because it was a very big cabbage, and he couldn't believe his eyes.
Okay, nice job. Thank you very much for answering the question. Okay, so for reading engagement, I'm giving the student a 3 because he can appropriately choose books at his level that he enjoys. And sustained reading, he is able to independent read for at least 15 minutes at a time, which is what they should be doing in grade 2. Oral reading fluency, expression, when the student was reading, it reflected the mood, pace, and tension at times. Phrasing is he reads in longer phrases. It's not word for word or sentence by sentences. And he's reading at 70 to 100 words per minute. And, this student was advanced, so he was reading 101 words per minute or more. But they only need to be reading 70 to 100 words per minute at this level. And then he only made 3 miscues or mistakes. He self-corrected 2 of them, so those don't count as errors. And so he only got 1 mistake, so he's reading at 99 to 100% accuracy. Then for the comprehension, the first part of comprehension is prediction, and he was only able to make 1 reasonable prediction, and then he told me that he couldn't think of anything else. The retelling sequence of events, he included most of the important events from the beginning, middle, and end, and it was generally in sequence or in order. For characters and details, he never said the rabbit's name, he just said he. So I'm only going to give him a 2 because he's referring to characters using pronouns. And then the vocabulary, he uses all of the language and vocabulary that was in the text. I asked 2 prompts or 2 questions, which is normal to help students remember details in the story. So that's the teacher support. And then interpretation, that was the question about what the author was trying to tell him. And he understood the important text implications that you shouldn't cry and that you should think things through. And then his reflection, the most important idea, he gave a significant event and gave relevant reasons why for his opinion. So this student he's reading a 24 independently, so I know that he could read this text at an independent level.